As summer is quickly approaching, we all look forward to the traditional fun summer activities: bike rides, playing sports, beach days, fun in the sun, and of course, all of the bright, beautiful fireworks on the biggest day of summer, the 4th of July. Nowadays, people tend to think of the 4th of July as a day off work, a day to barbecue and spend the day with family, friends, and fireworks. Why do we celebrate on the 4th of July? Why not the 14th of July? Or the 24th even? Well, the date of July 4th is a very special day in the history of our great country, and I'll quickly tell you why. Imagine how you would feel if someone older than you, maybe an older brother or sister, kept telling you what to do all the time and kept taking more and more of your allowance. That is how the colonists who were living in what was to become the United States felt in the years leading up to 1776. In the early settlements of the United States, before it was the United States, the land and people who lived here were governed by a country called Great Britain. Great Britain kept trying to make the colonists follow more rules and pay higher taxes. People grew angry and frustrated with Great Britain's rules and began making plans to be able to make rules of their own to live by. They no longer wanted Great Britain to be able to tell them what to do and how to live, so they decided to tell Great Britain that they were becoming an independent country. To be independent means to take care of yourself, making your own rules and providing for your own needs. This was the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. The colonists decided that representatives from each of the 13 colonies, which would later form the 13 original states in the United States, would come together and form a group called a Congress. The men who made up this very first Congress would later come to be known as the Founding Fathers of the United States. The Congress met in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they appointed a committee, which is a group of people working together to do a certain job, to write a document that would tell Great Britain that the Americans had decided to govern themselves. The committee asked Thomas Jefferson, who would later become the 3rd President of the United States, to write a draft of the document. So he worked for days and days in absolute secret, until he had written a document that he thought included all the important things that the committee had discussed. On June 28, 1776, the committee met to read Jefferson's draft. They revised or made some changes to the document and declared their independence on July 2, 1776. The Congress officially adopted the document, which was called the Declaration of Independence, on July 4, 1776. That is why we call July 4th Independence Day. It's the day that the United States officially declared its independence from Great Britain. Congress ordered that all members must sign the Declaration of Independence, and they all began signing the official or final copy on August 2, 1776. In January of the next year, Congress sent signed copies to all of the states which made up the United States at the time, and this was the beginning of our country. The Declaration of Independence is more than just a piece of paper. It is a symbol of our country's independence and its commitment to certain ideas. The signers of the Declaration of Independence wanted the citizens of the United States to have a document that spelled out what was important to our leaders and citizens. They wanted us to be able to look at this Declaration of Independence and immediately think of the goals we should always be working towards as citizens, and about the people who have fought so hard to make these ideas possible. The people who signed the Declaration of Independence risked being hanged for treason by the leaders in Great Britain. They had to be very brave to sign something that would be considered a crime. So every time we look at the Declaration of Independence, we should think about all of the effort and ideas that went into that document, and about the courage it took for these people to stand up for what they knew was right: independence and freedom.